that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A huge play there right off the bat. 69 yards.
No wasting any time here before hitting on a big play. And that was something this defense talked about having to guard against. Not giving up big plays in the passing game. But here's one on the opening drive of the contest.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that win over New England.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Right back to Hubbard. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. The Panthers had 7-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They'll try to throw now. Young. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. But you look at this defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for their fullback. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Bills will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Big Derek Brown making the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The
Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them, because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Young. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Young. And he's got his big tight end here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They go play action. Young. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Bills will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen. It's time.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Shakir hauls it in. Past the 20. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
To throw on second down is Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Young off play action. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers get a bit closer.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now they can't bring him down. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Baron Browning from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now back to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
on now. 60 bison, 60 bison.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway. And fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Young. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. The play fake, now Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Young on 3rd down. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That throw by Young incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fielded at about the 28. Ooh, the juke. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Oh, good move. Down the numbers. There he goes. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. He'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. down the right sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 154 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Check, striker. He's crossing. Ultra. Go ultra. Let's go.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And some room to roam now. Now he's into the clear again. Off to the races. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here on first down.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Young to throw it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up with...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through, all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a poor one, especially given the new rules. They're going to be backed up deep to start this drive.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Looking deep here for Chase.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to try and go deep again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
38. Slide 2.
46 for Mike. 46. You better break.
Ready.
Here is Young.
That one completes him again.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Red.
46 to Mike. Check the
Smash. Smash.
Hey, switch gears.
Ready. Ready. Cut.
On third down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Smash. Red.
Off the play fake, Young. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Hubbard will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw.
That's complete to Chase.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They're going to look to throw.
He will find his man Chase complete. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Carolina, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.